keep on coming back like really quickly to do more episodes, and going into Hungary, this is probably gonna be one of the worst rounds I could ask for. Because considering the car is just engine power, so don't know why that's on 90. Okay, because I was messing around in practice. And now we're screwed. So yeah, obviously not much out of Q3. That's mainly because I do everything in Q2 and Q1. So it's gonna be dry all weekend. But obviously this is my worst track, so it doesn't really matter. You know, obviously we're gonna redo that at the end of the weekend. But like, if we look here, 4th best. And no longer worse. Let's go. No longer worse. So yeah, obviously I want to max out tyre wear bare minimum before the end of the season, because tyre wear, that's all you really need on chassis side. Like, okay, brakes, I'm saying you don't need. Tyre wear you don't need for qualifying. So in my opinion, there's like an actual hierarchy of what you need.
The excitement is starting to build here at the Hungaroring as the lights are about to go green for today's qualifying session. We expect some cars out on track any moment now. And as we wait, poised for the start of what will hopefully be a thrilling qualifying, why don't you tell us, Anthony Davidson, about the things you can do to really get the most out of a car in a session like this?
Well, you're largely limited by the Parc Fermé regulations, of course. Back in the old days, pre-2004, you'd work on both a qualifying setup and a race setup over practice, and then swap them over after qualifying. So the race car was quite different at times to the qualifying car. Nowadays, though, you have to find a compromise that works for both. There are a few things that you can still adjust during the session, such as the differential, the brake bias, and the front wing angle, but that's about it. So it's more about optimizing what you do have and adapting your own style to suit the track conditions.
We don't need to push too hard in this session. We should have the pace to qualify easily.
So sadly, since I have been restarting races very badly, I have brought in a little something to make sure I don't do that for this round. That little something is called a bit of toxic waste. Every single time I restart the session, I gotta take 3 of them, because they're not sour to me, so not that sour.
There's a few cars out on track. Perhaps we should get out there before it gets busy.
So really, this is just pain. It's gonna be, is it really worth the toxic waste? So yeah, I don't want to make it at Q1, and if I do, I'm not making it to Q3, confirmed. Like, if I make it into Q3, that's gotta be a miracle, but I don't want to make it into Q3, just because, if I make it into Q3, then I'm basically screwed, because I got to start on probably softs, because I won't be able to use mediums to get through. This George Russell goes into 16, so that's great. I like, if the whole track was like oriented around like similar features to the first sector, I'd be good, man. Because this car, like, this circuit complements our car I mean, like the first sector of this circuit. Everywhere else of this track just hates our car. Like the middle and third sector was just not made for engine power. It was made for downforce and chassis, which this car has 0 of. Yeah, the fact that I'm barely down doesn't mean anything, because I'm going to be massively down because of the third sector. So that was just a terrible entrance into the third sector, not gonna lie. And then just this, like, why am I so bad in this third sector? Hey, not even gonna lie, I'm not even doing this on purpose. I am genuinely so shit in this third sector. I can't get the nose turned in. And, like, because of that, I go from 0. Now, the middle sector's not even that bad for me, not gonna lie. But just the third sector just kills me. Honestly, it kills my lap time. Oh, look, I'm 5/10 down on my teammate. And I'm inside the drop zone almost, so yeah, I definitely have to go again, considering Vettel's behind me. So, I definitely have to go again. Yeah, I'm right in the drop zone. Yeah, if I wanted to be risky, I would go out on the same set of tyres, but meh. It's literally just the third sector I need to work on. The first 2 sectors of the last lap were actually decent, so yeah, just like last round, Magnussen is showing pace. The Haas actually has pace around here. So yeah, see, I'm literally P19, and Vettel's going to improve, so I'm going to be like last. Oh, this kind of reminds me of Bahrain in Season 1. Back row lockout. But back then, obviously, the Williams were actually good. This is before the big update, which actually made Williams trash like how they should do, so. Yeah. PB first sector. Oh, okay, yeah, that's ruined my second sector. That's like a 10th probably lost. And that was just me being too scared to turn in, so. We're on the edge of improving, but third sector we're guaranteed to improve, so I'm not really scared of not improving in these first 2 sectors. I'm still up by 8/10. We're only just getting through at this point. Like, this is like really bad, man. Not like I'm the only leader in this position. Vettel's also down here. Verstappen's also down here. So, like, I'm not exactly scared for the race. It genuinely means that I have the best strategy options for the race tomorrow. So, like, the race isn't a worry. About the championship, I'm already 28 points down. It's probably gonna become like 40-50 points, so without minimizing the damage. I'm not sure. Yeah, Verstappen improved massively. That's us out in Q1. Oh joy. We got a wee out in Q1. Don't we just love being out in Q1? Great. Yeah, I just don't have pace here. I don't get how Charles has pace. He's hacking, clearly. But yeah, we're just on the edge of getting through. So that just proves I just don't know any pace around here. I'm not expecting anything great from us. At least not yet. Maybe at the end. Obviously this means I get to do whatever strategy I want, whether this means starting on the hards and moving down onto mediums. Or medium, soft, hard, or whatever I want to do. I have freedom of strategy, which even the AI don't have, so... There you go, we're so late in both of the rivalries, but this race is just gonna make me lose so much rep.
Tough luck there. It's not quite where we'd want to be on the grid, but chin up, it's not the end of the world.
But because of this, I might as well just take an entire new engine. The engine could be the reason why I'm out, so just making the situation better for ourselves here. Might as well take new event gearbox, practice gearbox, don't matter. Only take one of those when I need to take a real gearbox. But that's Haas's lead. It's 50 points, maybe only like 60, but it's nothing too good, but nothing too bad. So I'm not really so scared. So this is not a nice turn of events considering how last round went. But last round was also kind of just luck, so I'm not scared.
We've seen some astonishing Grand Prix here over the years, haven't we? The drama of 2015 is a recent example. Jenson Button's first win on a wet track in 2006, or in 1997, Damon Hill's heartbreak in the Arrows after a late gearbox failure cost him what would have been the team's only ever victory. What a wonderful place this is to come racing today. We're northeast of Budapest for the race today at the 2.7-mile Hungaroring circuit. 14 corners here, 8 to the right and 6 to the left, on a track where downforce is king and passing is notoriously difficult. And I'm joined once again by Anthony Davidson to bring you the lowdown for today's race. Let's talk about Old Time. What do you make of their performance so far this season?
It's been a really solid year so far. There have been some incredible standout performances, but what's really impressed me has been the consistency. With this kind of form, I'm expecting another great race today.
It's time to take a look at our starting grid for today's race. Sebastian Vettel has a clear track ahead of him today. He starts in pole position, and it's Lewis Hamilton alongside. As we continue through the rest of the grid today, we have Gasly, Hülkenberg, Valtteri Bottas, and Verstappen, Magnussen, Ricciardo, Weber, and Devon Butler, Perez, Russell, Carlos Sainz, and Leclerc. They'll be starting further back after an earlier grid penalty. Norris, Giovinazzi, Robert Kubica and Roman Grosjean, Raikkonen and Oldtimer. And with preparations almost complete, let's head down to the track.
After the points finish last race, let's aim to keep the momentum going.
So yeah, considering we're starting out from the back, we basically get to do whatever strategy we want, whatever we think will work for the team. this might be a viable strategy. Then I start like that. Just try to find the optimal strategy. And that seems to be it. Okay, so few keen-eyed people that want to know my strategy into how I actually have pace and how I actually manage at most tracks. I use a similar setup. So yeah, I still got formation lap because I still can't get that right. Bish bash bosh, gonna. Jeez, I went sideways off the start.
Cycle, so let's concentrate on bringing tyres and brakes up to temperature.
Nope. What? What does that even look like? It's like, it's the formation lap, who actually cares? Oh, what a great way of sending my Monday after school. And taking out Magnus and then skipping with the formation lap. Because it's got to reset me so good anyway, because I hit someone, so. Might as well just skip formation lap too. That doesn't count as messing up in quali. But also Grosjean's here at the back of the grid with me, so we've got two front running cars starting from the back, so the fuel is not an issue for me today considering we've almost had 10 laps extra. The only issue for me today will be the ERS. Not only that, but Leclerc's down here with us, so the grid is pretty jumbled. So we have Ferraris and Red Bulls near the front, but no McLarens, no Haas's, nada. So we go from P20 up to good P16. I would have said if I had kept that on the track, but until now we won't be able to make any moves that will actually stick, so yeah, okay, cool. So that is 3 toxic waste for after the race. So yeah, got implementing pain, no pain, no gain. But because I'm starting back here, I'm not really going to be expecting much. Oh, proper dive bomb. We tagged Giovinazzi's front wing really badly there, but no damage. Well, you sure have simulation damage on. Either I don't, or the game is just loving me right now. I'm not even let off with the throttle there. But since I know how slow the AI take this corner, brake early, get to Giovinazzi's outside. I almost get Russell too. Giovinazzi's gotta come back at me into the chicane. At which point I'm just gonna let him almost kill Russell.
That's a strong start. Well done.
But he gets back past me, so we have game positions off the start, which I rarely ever do. So is Leclerc, he's up into P12, I think, yeah. I've got to say I think, because normally I can't do numbers. The further we go into the race, the better it's gonna get for us, so really this is just a waiting game. See, since I started on the mediums, I can turn over to a 1-stop if I want to at any point. But if I don't, I'll stick with this 2-stop. But I could go mediums then softs, or softs then mediums, so really this race is all in my hands. And if anything goes wrong, it's all in my, it's only myself to blame, jeez. So yeah, Alfa Romeo having the worst chassis is predicted to do terrible here. Grosjean is also going to be coming from even further behind than me. Well, he did start in front of me, but he's now behind me, so it's really just how well me and him can carve through the field today. And Leclerc too. So Leclerc had P4 pace in Q1, so really down to what we can do as a trio. I know, but
Okay, some information information on Raikkonen. They're slowing down. It seems like there's some kind of problem with their car.
Why couldn't it be Giovinazzi with an issue? Why can't it just be that other Alpha who isn't already behind me? Yeah, but the thing is, Raikkonen's already in last, so something that's going to make an effect on the race results. And Giovinazzi might not finish 19th, but he's only not finishing 20th, and by that I mean last of the run, last of the finishes. But I just can't do this corner. It just off-puts me into the final corner, so that's the only reason why my third sector is so trash.
DRS is now enabled and will be available to use when you are within 1 second of the car ahead.
Well, Leclerc is pushing both Toro Rossos to their limits, so that's good to see. At least one of us is able to actually have good pace, but past the Toro Rossos, that's where the actual point train begins. So basically they're going 2 by 2, except Grosjean runs it. The top 10 almost. Giovinazzi hits us there. You know what, flashback, one toxic waste. Screw it. I have to give myself so by doing this, so I won't make it like not worth doing it. So we'll go try going around Russell's outside again, which will lead to Giovinazzi getting back at us here, shooting back up Russell's inside. So really I'm stuck here as we do that, so maybe I'm not so stuck. We keep it on track, force Giovinazzi out of the way, and Grosjean gets past too, so very smart play there from me, helping out the fellow leader behind me, but Leclerc now can just push on as he needs to. So Leclerc's in a good space, I'm in a terrible space considering I can't do Hungary. But we have a race running, a car which is capable of this race winning behind now directly in front of us, so that is very nice to know, as we're going to go clean around his outside. He's going to beat us on traction, so we're just going to have to dive bomb him into here, keep it on the track, get back with the switchback, and he actually gets us. Fair play to Roman. Fair play. So now we've just got to stick behind Grosjean. I probably went in too deep when I went in deep, but yeah, not much I can do to fix that now. Yes, tyre wear is a big issue on this car, so we're missing out on 3 tyre wear upgrades. A Ferrari's broken away, so that's not something I see anymore in this career mode.
Increase ERS deployment. It's time to use some of this charge.
This is real life, I'd be seeing that every day, but considering it's a career mode, where I now have the best engine, that would be me, so me or Leclerc, so but Leclerc is a real life Ferrari driver, so in that aspect Ferrari serve a representative for their straight line speed, which is not in their car.
Again, so I expect they fixed whatever the problem was.
So I reckon he's now back to pace, so Jeff's assumed they fixed whatever it was, or they've just chucked on like extra downforce. Well, it was probably the brakes, considering he was losing time in corners rather than on the straights, as we took that chicane terribly. Just nothing's going well for me this weekend, this race weekend, so I'm setting more front downforce in the next stint, because I'm really not handling this 3.5 wings on the mediums. good exit at the final corner.
The car behind is
What?
dropping back by about 3/10 a lap.
And actually, good exit at the final corner as we absolutely dive bomb Ricardo. I did actually not mean to brake that late. If I've broken any of his front wing, I'm actually severely sorry. Because I actually didn't even mean to brake that late. I'm not even gonna lie with myself. Yeah, I just clouded him. Like, I didn't even mean to brake late for that corner. That was an accident. So, sorry to wreck Bobby behind. But somehow that was only a 10th down on my previous best, so 2 tenths down on my previous best first sector, so maybe it is worth doing that, braking like hitting someone. I'm joking. What everyone else is forgetting, I have the option of the one stop. So if I wanted to, I could end up leading this race on strategy, just like in Germany. The more I think about it, the less likely the less I want to do it, so the more I want to win on pure pace.
Okay, we've got plenty of energy. Switch to overtake and have a go.
Now Grosjean's now 2 seconds ahead, so yeah, it definitely was not worth holding him up. Holding up was probably a bad idea. He'll be attacking me every single lap to get past me. So any 2 stoppers I'm saying will be coming in the next couple of laps for their first stop.
The car ahead is beginning to pull away.
No shit, Sherlock. First wheels on softs, which is supposed to be 1.8 seconds a lap faster, so that's their logic. Not only that, he's in a better car, and they have what you actually need at this track, aero and chassis, which lo and behold this car only has aero.
The gap to the car ahead is 1.9 seconds.
See, I can keep pace with Grosjean in all sectors except from the third one. It's because I can't do third sector with here. I don't know why. My third sector in Hungary has always been abysmal. Either that or the AI third sectors are on a special. So yeah, 510. Okay, so more like 410 less. So that just proves my point. I can keep up with him in the first sector and middle sector.
Data shows the tyres are okay right now. We anticipate good levels of grip for the next few laps at least.
So yeah, next couple of laps, AI gotta start coming in. If they're not one stopping, so. Driver in front.
Rouge on ahead, they're on old softs. Their tyres are 7 laps old. We think they've got one more stop. The time last lap was a 1:21.0. You're losing around 3/10 a lap.
So I think all AI are one stopping, so that's fun. Yeah, looks like I can gain back time on Grosjean if I'm pushing the engine and the battery. As we drift it through there, that's another toxic waste. Oh yeah, and I have to take all of them at once, so don't know why I want to drift through here. I already drifted through here a while ago, like not one of my best decisions in life as I do that, so again I don't really know what a good life decision is if I can keep on doing that.
Our gap to the car in front is 2.2 seconds.
So the fast lane goes on like last lap, which I struggle to believe. I'm saying from this point out, I don't need to take any more grid penalties for engine parts. So remember, if I start from the back of the grid, at which point I might as well. So that's 6 all at once now. Don't we just love how nice Hungary is to me? Like this inside curve there, that's an auto spin curve. If anyone remembers back to the good old days like F1 2010 or something, auto spin curves, those were not nice to drive through. Like in F1 Championship Edition, aka 2006, auto spin curves were everywhere. Just auto spin curves. So yeah, we're making time up on Grosjean in the first 2 sectors. In the third one, we're losing it all again. So if only I had good third sector pace, at which point I'd be able to at least keep up with him. Well, I'm keeping up with him, but I'd actually be able to push him. And I'm saying his tires are starting to wear out if he's losing pace to me.
The car behind is dropping back. We're seeing a gap form.
Are you now, Jeff? What are you, some sort of genius? There's a gap forming? No, it's because he's a slow... Do not get angry. Oh, understeer. I just love when the car refuses to turn in for the apex. Don't we all just love it? Don't know why I didn't let me downshift there. So the game just doesn't want to let me downshift where I want to downshift. Like it does do some corners. Like this one. That's where I go Tokyo drifting, but like... Here we go, some of the leaders and Grosjean are all coming in now. Let's see where I fare against them. They're all going to be running hard to the end of bare minimum. They can run medium to the end.
Hülkenberg is behind you. They've entered the pit lane.
Oh, it doesn't even tell me what strategy he's on. That's a fair scam. So maybe he's going for the classic Canada strat. 2 sets of options at a time. I'm joking. Now it's softs and mediums. Back then it would have been 2 sets of super soft and a set of soft. That's now 7. Yeah, back then, F1 2014, maybe even 2015 strats. Already into the top 10. At this point I'm fretting about what strategy to do. If I box onto mediums and onto softs, I got to do a lot of overtaking compared to one stoppers. So yeah, just to give you guys an insight on the strategy. So yes, a one stopper theoretically is going from softs to mediums, which I don't think is possible. That's 25 laps on mediums. That is pushing the mediums, like actually like proper pushing them to their limit. My question is, how come Grosjean got preference over Magnussen in the pit stops? Probably because undercut isn't so effective around Hungary because of all the traffic.
We're approaching the pit window. You'll be on the mediums.
So if I do stick to my one stop, I will be on to the mediums next stint, which is just great.
Hülkenberg behind. The gap to the car behind is 7.1 seconds. They're on fresh mediums. Their tyres are 1 lap old. The time last lap was a 1 minute 38.5.
That makes me think he doesn't have any stops left. That makes me think
gap ahead is 3.9 seconds.
So yeah, both me and Leclerc, no. Actually, I don't know. I might 2 stop, he might 1 stop, so it's really down to the team what he's doing. What I'm doing is definitely a 2-stop. I've made up my mind. But just to be sure.
Old mediums. Their tyres are 11 laps old. We think they've got one more stop.
Yeah.
The time last lap was a 1:21.5. You're gaining by 3/10 a lap. Good work.
See, max I'm like 5/10 off my PB every lap. That's like the maximum. I feel like Hulkenberg's in the driving seat to win this race, you know. Like, I'm not even gonna lie, because he's already carved his way through the traffic. Except for maybe the leaders which don't have to pit again. Okay, well they do have to pit again, but they don't have to carve their way through the traffic. Verstappen's saying a 19.7, like... But excuse me? I'm struggling to keep it inside the 20s and he's saying 19.7s. Give me that Red Bull.
Battery charge is high. Let's increase ERS deployment to up the pace. We're going to box this lap. Push hard on the in-lap.
That's saying 19.5s. How? How would they say 19.5s? They're like not even on softs. I can't set them. I can't beat a 20.9. They're saying 19.5s. Like Germany all over again.
5.7 seconds.
Except that they aren't doing some stupidly slow strategy which will lose them the race. They're bullying. They're gonna have stupid pace compared to me. At least give them a stupid strategy which made them lose. Please.
Box.
I may have completely overfilled the car, but that's fine. Let's go 4. Might as well keep hitting rich for the whole race. We've got nothing to lose out on.
Release.
Just 2 seconds pit stop, lads. Basically what we need. And there goes Grosjean.
We'll be doing one more stop today. One stop left in our strategy.
So yeah, the difference between me and these guys is I still have to make one more stop. But we'll get to that later when the time comes to it. But now we just got to focus on just making these tires work for us. Yeah, we're back to square one, P17, with most people already making one stop, and those that haven't being miles up the road compared to me. I'm now effectively on the same strategy as them. No, Charles. If you're gonna go out, at least bring me a safety car. Well, this is taking toes like a really bad teammate. Like, he was on from the race without giving me a safety car. Oh, and his engine's blown up. Charles. You're a good teammate, you would have at least given me a safety car, man. But no. You have to let the team down. Don't you?
Yellow flag.
So yeah, that's our constructor hope for this race. And the drive, like, I knew we were already, like, no chance of gaining any points on the drivers ahead and the constructors already this race, but this has just confirmed the suspicions because Charles now out, I'm P16. What mail do we need? I might as well just retire at this point. It'll do me a way better chance, give me a way better job, probably get a better quality position. I should just simulated the session off camera and just said, oh, it was boring, never mind.
Charles dropped out of the race. The gap to the car ahead is 2.2 seconds.
Yeah, he's a really bad teammate. He didn't even give me a VSC or a safety car. Look, I would prefer a safety car, but VSC would done too. Not why we save fuel. I just would save the ERS. Here's my teammate from the beginning of season 1. All three of my teammates are in completely different races. One of them is basically leading the race. So yeah, we're talking about all my teammates and former teammates in Formula 1. Lucas Weber doesn't count.
Our gap behind is 6.5 seconds.
Because he's always been in F1 with us. He's followed us since F2, sorry. So Norris, he's down here with us in P16. Not, Charles Leclerc is out. And Hulkenberg's leading the race, I think. If not, he's definitely up there with pace, so I don't get that, so. And Science, who I replaced, is also here. Yeah, I'm feeling like this is like the actual pace of Renault, considering one of them is P14, one of them is P15, they're like right next to each other on the road. Not gonna lie, I probably should have only taken like 5-6 laps of fuel, but I ended up taking 9, almost 10, so yeah, I've overfilled the car massively, so. Almost touched Norris there. Could have been very bad for our race. But Norris comes in. So yeah, we'll probably be back to racing Norris a bit later.
Let's use some of this energy. Increase the ERS deployment.
Remember Norris for later. This will be a true showing of our pace, basically, wherever we come out to in relative terms to Lando Norris. If we come out like 2 centimeters away from Lando, then that just shows that we don't have godlike pace. If we come out in front of behind Lando, then we're just like special. If we come out in front, that just proves that the Renault's trash. We just should get binned. We basically just force Science off the track.
Nice work, that brings you up a place.
Apparently that's a nice overtake. The logic from Jeff. Barely touching someone is a warning for a collision. Doing that is apparently not pushing him off the track and making him extend the track limits, so. Boy, the FIA are really smart. Don't we love the FIA? They just have so much pace. This Grosjean's making a move in the 3rd sector? That is like almost unheard of, so whichever Toro Rosso this is, so Ricciardo again. We have to keep track of where Ricciardo is too. Ricciardo is big rival of us in this race apparently. Apparently we're not even racing for points. Oh yeah, considering how I've messed myself up with this strategy, yeah, I shouldn't be racing for points. But yeah. I forced myself onto a 2-stop. I still got to make another pit stop, so that's great. Don't we love it when Kieran messes himself up? He's a stupid child. But that just made my day. Roman Grosjean from Romanian Grosjean. Just don't exit all these corners, they've just got like no grip compared to these AIs, so that's why I lose all my time in this third sector, and especially in the third one, I just have nothing. I have nothing of actual worth to allow me to keep up with them. I'll probably end up getting whoever is weak out of these two, because they're scrapping too hard. Whoever gets forced out wide, I'm overtaking, so yeah, especially if you go side by side through here, the AI run really slowly through there. So yeah, I just got to brake early for this one. Grosjean did a bit of an illegal move, but I'm going to get past Grosjean around the outside. Oh, he leaves us space. My G Roman. But yeah, we're going to come back at him into the chicane, as he gives us no space, so we've got to run over the curb. That's us up into P11. But we still got to remember,
You've taken P11.
we've got to remember we still have to make one more pit stop in this race, so that's 28. It's only a couple of laps away, so I just got to be wary of that, and how this is nowhere near my finishing position. That would be nice to be up here in P11. It would be nice if this was P12 and if Leclerc was still in the race, but no, we don't have everything as F1 drivers. It's like Bottas, he's lost his marriage, got divorced. That's not even a joke, he actually got divorced. So, very nice to hear. And that's 8. Joy. I'm really good at this. This I mean messing myself up. I'm really good at a lot of thises. You somehow tap the rear tyre and it doesn't come off. And that just puts Grosjean back on my rear tail, so what more could you want? Kill me. Well, the gap in front isn't improving, the gap behind isn't improving. Well, either way, I'm not finishing here, so if I was smart, I'd just let Romain through, but he's gonna be there at the end of the championship. He might be 80 odd points or whatever behind at this point, but he'll come back later because his car is actually dominant now. I don't know what changed Haas's game plan since when they became so dominant, but they're actually a dominant force in F1 now, so I'm gonna go for the same thing I did last time. Deep dive bomb up the inside, he turns in, so yeah, basically what you would have expected the first time to happen. This time, I'm hoping he'll give back the place to Russell, who he illegally overtook.
Our gap to the car in front is 5.5 seconds.
Nope. Russell backs out like it's F1 2014. What joy. Oh, I miss it when they used to back out when you were going for an overtake on them, or when they were trying to overtake you. I made career mode so easy back in the day. Genuinely, you could win a race with the 11-11 wins just because the AI would back out of every corner. Like, they wouldn't do anything to you. Like, they could, as long as they don't overtake you in a straight line, you will literally win a race. But rather than reminiscing on the past, let's suck back into the present, which isn't going so well for me. Considering I can't get traction out of the third sector at all, which doesn't help me on my quest to catch up to Partler and to get away from these two. We absolutely hate each other. on a flight with my friends, and George on a flight with my friends, and Roman. They've had their controversy in the past. We've had more controversy in this race with Grosjean's illegal overtake, but they've had controversy in Singapore, so what more do you want? I'm saying, I remember when my fastest lap was 9 tenths slower than my fastest lap is right now. That was abysmal times. I think I might know the player strat for that corner.
We're slowly gaining on the car in front. Try to keep this momentum.
Go in wide to the final corner and then cut back in. That might be the only way I'm able to keep ahead of this guy at this point in the race. Yeah, obviously he'll overtake me at the pit stop, so I don't know why I'm not just letting him go through. But priorities, end of the season, he's going to be actually forced to be reckoned with. So with Haas's lead now, all they have to do is keep on going with development and like a similar pace to us, and they'll be there at the end of the season. So I'm scared about that. So obviously after this race, I'm pretty sure because it's round 12, we'll be getting a contract negotiation, which love that considering how bad this race is going. We'll go get a terrible contract. I'm joking, we'll probably get a semi-decent contract. It won't be anything that I actually deserve considering some previous drives I've had like this season so far, so obviously being the 11, not fun. We just somehow kept in front of Haas, which actually have pace. At this point I'm literally just letting Devon get away, so we'll leave the guys behind me alone and just focus on getting ahead. Only got to do a few more laps on these aging tyres. Let's see where the games predicts we're coming out so far.
Ahead of you, they're on old mediums. Their tyres are 13 laps old. The time last lap was a 1 minute 20.6. You're gaining by 1/10 a lap.
That would explain the lack of turning. The damage to the front wing would explain the lack of turning I'm getting. So maybe I'll actually fix the front wing when we come in. So will it be worth it though, considering our P16 is 12, 13, 14, 15, 16 still behind both the Alphas.
We're approaching the pit window. You'll be on the softs.
Squeeze Roman far to the left, to the right, and just go clean around the outside. Opposite of what I did last lap, which was squeeze him to the outside and go off his inside. But whatever works, works. Can't wait to get all this downforce back. Don't even know when I lost the downforce. Had to have been a while ago. As we actually try and slide it through there, which is not a good idea. Yeah. So I feel like this is the lap that Grosjean's getting through and he's staying through. So, hello. The shortest run down here. As I'm going to get out of Russell's way. But instead block out Grosjean. But again, Russell just not confident under the brakes enough to get a move. It's really disappointing because I'm actually trying really hard to let him go through. But, because I'd rather have a Williams ahead rather than a Haas, so I'd rather have to make Grosjean overtake him again. Which isn't really my fault, considering Haas is going to be a championship rival, so at some point once Mercedes loses their dominance, or once Haas actually starts to pick up pace, which they've started having in the last 2 episodes, and this one, so after this race in the past 3 episodes, they'll have actually had decent pace, so yeah, now it's time for me to stop trying to fix the results, and time for me to just come in like a normal human being. We love that. We love the pace. With the pace, so hopefully the team fixes my front wing. Oh, the hell, you fixed my front wing.
Complete, go now.
Perfect pit stop time. Couldn't have asked for anything faster. Anyone that actually sees the numbers is getting that.
We want to finish the race on this compound.
Where's Ricardo at? So yeah, obviously, yeah. As I said, I should have jumped Ricardo on the right hand side, so yeah. Now it's time for lap 29, gotta be a push lap, so we've got similar levels of downforce as what we had in last stint, except we're gonna have way less oversteer. We've got the same amount of understeer, we're gonna have way less oversteer.
Let's increase ERS deployment to
And
up the
way
pace.
way more straight line speed, so in general the lap time's gonna be faster, but by how much? Enough to make a difference, that's what I'm saying. Use that path in the middle sector, I'm not even really pushing, so that just shows that we actually have decent pace. And that's with 2 on the front wing on a high downforce track. Don't we just love that? Time to push for a faster start. Not that it'll matter, we're just trying to take away points. I think it's Devon Butler who has it at this point. The fastest lap. I'm not sure, it's either him or Kevin Magnussen. But either way. Butler we won't get rid of it because he was a prick in F2. Magnussen because he's gonna be a guy actually challenging for the title next season. Or maybe even this season, so.
Gap to car in front is 1.7 seconds.
But I feel like we're gonna catch up to 9. 9 at once. Can't ask for more pain. Don't we just love torturing ourselves? Yeah, obviously we're gonna be way faster now in this stint than these guys. If we weren't faster than the Alphas, then that would be a shock. 2 purple sectors, and now we just gotta try and stick with Raikkonen in the third one. Now that's a shock considering how much we gained on them, seeing how I've gained at least 3 seconds on them in the rest of the lap. We'll actually stick with them, so until the traction.
Good job. That was the fastest lap of the race
We
so
set
far.
18.6, and then we're gonna go clean around the outside of Giovinazzi 2, just to make a statement to the Alphas to stay out of my way. Might have been racing them back in season 1, but this is now season 2, so yeah, we can do that stylish lines. We've got the time and the pace for that in this car. So. this point all I'm worrying about now is just how many toxic waste have I got to eat. Yeah, the best position I'm saying I'm getting is P13, so it's really how am I going to deal with that. Because it's obviously not something I want to have to deal with, but if I have to, then I have to. So I'm saying I gotta have all 9 of them in my mouth at the same time and do one online race after this one. Yeah, the best place I'm getting is P13, that's what I'm saying. Showing how many laps left in this race. What I used to make sure I actually accelerate out of there at the perfect times. 3rd gear shifts. When I go back on to 3rd gear. And through there when I go down to 4th. Through here, I don't know. I just 4 it whenever I feel like it. Here it's 4th.
Fuck them. Fuck them.
Purple mill sectors compensate. There I got to force a 3rd gear so I can actually turn the nose in. Through here again, trying to force a 3rd gear, but the game doesn't like me. Just around the loop, that would be too little revs.
The gap to the car ahead is 1.9 seconds.
See what I'm saying? We've got to save up all the ERS to actually overtake this guy. Because like, Williams aren't even half bad anymore in corners. I think they haven't done enough development in the straights. But saying that, I think they're like 6th best. I think they're actually better than Ferrari on paper. So, if not, they're around Ferrari on paper. So, this is going to be an interesting development. Kubica should not be down here in P13. His teammate should not be fighting Grosjean. Actually, he probably should be fighting Grosjean, but not this low down the grid. Just don't really love being low down the grid for no reason. I just can't Hungary. I really just want the safety car like right now. Just so, like we got like the last lap just fighting. Obviously I'd box now. Probably hit Kubica so the team would actually change my front wing. Because I'd end up in last anyway. Which I might not continue to be on the safety car. Either way, it's 1.1 seconds. I gained 8/10 on him while not even pushing, so I probably saying as well while we were pushing, we gained like 67.5 tenths. Yeah, and if you have my dad in the background there, Scooby's trying to embarrass me. He's trying to embarrass me. He thinks that will work, but I have no soul to be embarrassed by, so it doesn't work.
Let's use some of this energy. Increase the ERS deployment.
Yeah, I've got to do a 5-lap online race after this, see how it goes. After this, we really just have to see how it goes. We're now just understeering because the car doesn't have enough grip on its tyres to actually hold on. Which we just love, don't we? This Kubica actually thought I was going to go for a move that far back. I'm not gonna lie. I was against a McLaren, I would be scared. I think we clipped Kubica right there. Yeah, we did. I think his front wing clipped our rear right. But that's his own fault. Because we almost hit him there. We almost hit him in his rear. I didn't actually want to go around the outside through here. But whatever the game forced me to do. When you hit 4th gear on this game, your brake pressure actually reduces, so that's why. See, I'm thinking we have 5 laps after the race now, or like 4 maybe. But nope, the game's lying. We have, that's the penultimate lap as we make that overtake. I've made an interesting comeback, so I'm gonna go for fast lap obviously on the last lap of the race. Hot lap only.
Final lap of the race.
Kubica might be catching up to me in the straight, but it doesn't mean I'm scared of him actually overtaking me, because if he does, then fairs, because I'll get him back anyway, so it doesn't matter. Is Kevin Magnussen. As I told you, the Haas actually paced this round. Grosjean got screwed over by grid penalties, so did Charles, so did I say I did. I was at P15 on a worn out engine anyway. And actually, let's check how bad this new engine's gotten already from one race. Gearbox at 14%, that's because of me needing to manually select gears because this is going to be stupid. Really, it's just about maximising my exit off of the final corner. We gotta take it like a retard. Hit the exit. And go brake before it.
Okay, pick up rubber and bring it home.
What a fantastic Grand Prix that was, and an excellent win for the Haas team. What do you think it was, Ant, that gave them the edge over the competition today?
I think we'll chalk this one up to a deft touch on the brake pedal. That's allowed them to challenge down the inside into the braking zones, and ultimately, if you do that often enough, you end up winning the race. It was great to watch as well though, wasn't it? Forget strategy, forget tyre management. Who doesn't love a good old-fashioned scrap?
Haas are no doubt happy with today's performance, having secured the win this weekend. And our drivers are making their way out for the podium. And after this round of the World Championship, here's how things look in the drivers' table. More points for Valtteri Bottas, further solidifying his lead at the top of the table. Now, let's discuss, Ants. Who would you say is a contender for driver of the day? Let's move on to the constructors. Mercedes continue to extend their lead. It was also a strong Grand Prix from Haas F1 this weekend. Fantastic work from the American team to move themselves further up the table. And with that, we wrap up another weekend of motorsport. But with more races lined up, be sure to join us when we come back with more Formula One.
No driver of the day. This is why I love this.
Good day today. Let's have your take on it. There was quite a lot of contact today, wasn't there?
How is that McLaren rep? That's just
There was
me.
some contact between you two.
Exactly.
Appreciate your time.
Needs to stop being special. Yeah, so that could have gone better or worse. Yeah, see, because of this we've been scammed.
We're asking for too much here. We need to make some compromises.
So yeah, considering the next couple of races are pretty easy, I'm saying 4th and 9th? No, actually, quality is worse than me.
They aren't coming round to that proposal. Let's try something else.
4th and 6th. 2nd and 2nd. Don't need pit stop efficiency.
Okay, that proposal looks good. It seems all parties are happy with the deal, so it'll commence at the next race weekend.
Except for me. Yeah, so we could either go drag reduction. Actually, no, we can't do that. Engine power for Belgium. Yeah, shut up, Carl. So, I guess it's now time for the bottom line race, where I've got to have 10 toxic wastes in my mouth while driving, so. And the race itself will obviously not be decided by